has embarked on a new year today. The year that passed remained a tumultuous year, with the pandemic refusing to relent into its second year while serious humanitarian crisis emerged in Myanmar and Afghanistan. As we welcome the new year 2022, we keep our fingers crossed for a better and happier world. Good morning, I'm Sarah Chitakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Hundreds of poverty-stricken Nepalese, including youngsters, continue to leave for India seeking job opportunities while ignoring the threat of coronavirus. Maoist Centre Chairman Dahal's report endorsed at the 8th General Convention of the party. Dahal says MCC agreement will move ahead only after amendment. Countries around the world welcomes the new year with celebrations impacted by COVID. The head of WHO struck a hopeful note about beating the pandemic in 2022. And 3 matches scheduled for today at the Martyrs Memorial A Division League. 3-Star taking on Jalakil, Manang to face Brigade Boys, and Chasal Club play against Sankata. The political report presented by CPN Maoist Centre Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal at the party's 8th General Convention, which included assurances of statute amendment and transformation of the party and the leaders, has been endorsed by the party. The party endorsed the report following assurances of Party Chair Dahal to include the recommendations furnished by the convention representatives. Responding to the recommendations and criticisms on his political report by 25 groups, Party Chair Dahal said that it was the last opportunity to strengthen the party. Likewise, Dahal said that the Millennium Challenge Corporation would be taken ahead only after amendments and efforts would be made to get the land of Lipu Lake, Limpiathura and Kalapani back, while discussions would be held with other parties in regard to directly elected executive president. Responding to the queries of the representatives, Dahal accepted that the party had lost its grounds and was in the grip of few leaders who prioritized their personal interest. Likewise, he also expressed the commitment of proceeding by implementing the assurances made in the report. Taking a look back at the year gone by, Nepali politics was also unstable during 2021 and political parties were busy in political gambits. More in this report.
New Year 2022, according to the Gregorian calendar, has arrived. Throughout 2022, Nepal also had to deal with the COVID-19 crisis like other countries around the world. However, Nepali politics found topmost priority during the year gone by. Just a few days before the new year started last year, then Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, who was leading a 2/3 majority government, dissolved the House of Representatives. Oli's move created dispute within the then Nepal Communist Party. A case was then filed at the Supreme Court against the dissolution of the House. After around 2.5 months, the Apex Court reinstated the House of Representatives but failed to resolve problems created by the dissolution of the House. Oli dissolved the House for the second time and took the then Nepal Communist Party to the brink of a split. A case was also filed at the Supreme Court regarding the name of Nepal Communist Party, and the Apex Court finally split the party to its previous state of CPN Maoist Centre and CPN UML. Disputes escalated within the CPN UML, and senior leader Madhav Kumar Nepal-led faction parted ways from the party to create a new party called CPN Unified Socialist. With the split of CPN UML, Nepali Congress President Sherbhadur Deuba became the Prime Minister with the support of the alliance of some political parties. Janata Samajwadi Party also split due to the alliance. The splitting of 2 big parties had its effect on the provincial governments as well. CPN UML, which had led 6 out of 7 provincial governments, had to step down from leadership from all the provinces. Apart from competition seen at national level politics, internal competition was seen in parties as well. CPN UML held its General Convention and selected KP Sharma Oli as its chairman for another term. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party also held its General Convention, and new generation leader Rajendra Lingden became the chairman of the party, defeating Kamal Thapa, who had led the party for years. Nepali Congress also held its General Convention, and Sherbhadur Deuba was re-elected party president, while youth leaders were elected as office bearers. Towards the end of 2021, CPN Maoist Centre also held its General Convention. Party representatives raised questions on the working ways of the leadership. Party chair Pushpakamal Dahal had to face severe criticism over his political report from the representatives of the convention. Just like national politics, the judiciary was not free from disputes either. For the first time in the history of the judiciary, law practitioners along with justices of the Supreme Court protested against Chief Justice Cholendra Shamsher Rana. With this, the Chief Justice's responsibility has been limited to just administrative works, and the dispute seen in the judiciary has not been resolved yet. Nepali citizens wish for stability and good governance in the new year 2022.
The number of Nepalese seeking employment opportunities in India is never on the drop. Ignoring the risk of the coronavirus pandemic, thousands of Nepalese continue to leave for India every day. Those seeking jobs in India include individuals of all age groups, along with those who should have been pursuing higher education. At a time when they should be prioritizing their education, these youngsters are compelled to leave for India to support their families. 561,000 young individuals who should have otherwise pursued higher education have left for India from the Gauri Fanta and Garda Chowki border points in Sudur Paschim in the 17 months of the coronavirus pandemic. Among those youths, around 100,000 individuals are aged 20 or below. The number of individuals quitting their academics and leaving for India from Jamunaha, Baki and Belaiya of Rupandehi also stands at a similar proportion. This issue is prominent in most districts of Karnali and 7 hill districts of Sudur Paschim. These young individuals are compelled to leave for India due to inadequate funds for education, poverty and to support their families. Despite the assurances of the federal, provincial and local governments to put an end to this situation, the government does not have any data of migrant workers employed in India and abroad. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked in all the 7 provinces how effective are the efforts of the government for the control of coronavirus. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
एकदमै राम्रो भएको छ, सक्रिय नै भएको छ, सबैले लगाइरहनु भएको छ।
विभिन्न ठाउँहरुमा चाहिँ मेला महोत्सव चाहिँ लागिरहेका छन्। है यसलाई चाहिँ अलिकति नियन्त्रण गर्नुपर्छ।
गाउँघरतिर पनि अब कोभिडको खोपहरु पुगेको छैन।
नागरिकलाई सरकारले जुन खोप हान्ने तयारी गरेको छ एकदम सकारात्मक छ।
खोप लगाउने मामिलामा एकदमै राम्रोसँग काम गरेको जस्तो मैले महसुस गरेको छु।
सरकारले गरेको काम चाहिँ प्रभावकारी नै मान्नुपर्छ।
Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What's your take on the lack of efforts on the part of the government to save downtrodden communities from increasing court? Your options are A, lack of responsibility, B, lack of resources, and C, faulty working mechanism. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Happy New Year.